Oh, Litecoin fucking jumped. MJ's up 2%. That's interesting. Winnebago with one of the more bullish looking charts in the market, I will have to say that. You know, not muted. I just don't think I was talking very much. Don't think I'm muted. What's up, Eli? What's up, Rob? Look at Winnebago, man. Having a good day today. Pretty good pattern coming here. Talk money. Oh, I was going to talk about how hard it kind of is to short, unless you're willing to hold for at least a week. The rally here it was pretty obvious we were going lower. It was right in this region. Unless you were able to short up here on one of these days. Yesterday was, had another distribution day, undercut recent lows, and look at that. We got like 3/4 retracement of yesterday's move already today. So interesting stuff there. But yeah, Winnebago getting up, that one could provide something. Could maybe try to take Winnebago up to 38.50 or so. But the way the market is right now, I don't know. Winnebago's kind of been in its own little land, which is nice. Kind of able to work. Let's go check out some of our. Let me go over here and switch to my stocks set of tabs, and there were a few I had over here in the watch list. We had one for Trex. Trex actually that trade the other day would have worked out really well. Look at that, spiking out of that low. I think last time I looked at that trade. Oh no, it wasn't that one. I looked at it was a different one. Let's see how the Trex trade is playing out today. It's about a quarter of the way, almost a halfway to its target, somewhere in between there. Maybe a third. 56 days. Yeah, the Trex trade was at 137% gain. Now it's at 79% gain. So it's already gotten quite a bit behind it at this stage of the game. We also had Amazon cup and handle trade, which hasn't quite worked yet. Still trying to form a handle. The Baba trade probably just fell apart. Absolutely. And get rid of the Baba trade. We also had Kron. So this was an experimental one I was playing with. What about Beyond? I don't think it really ever fully formed an IPO base. I don't see it up top of my list here. We can take a look at Beyond. About 2%. It's doing okay. Did you ever buy the other day, Eli? You've had a hold for like, 3, 4 days. Probably would be profitable today, maybe yesterday, depending on if and where you got in. Beyond does seem to have an uptrend intact though, higher highs, higher lows. So that's interesting. I think I had Microsoft. Where was my target on Microsoft? I had 140. And I can't remember exactly when I placed this trade. One thing we're missing on here on the watch list stuff is dates that we added into the watch list. That would be helpful. Oh, man, it hurt my shoulder yesterday playing with the kids. Oh, you got beyond at 80. Okay, cool. Yeah, see how far the wave takes you. We don't have quite the expansive candles coming out of this low. A little sluggish. We'll see what happens. That's cool though. I had Netflix here. Up to 3. I think that was my prior trade that actually worked out really well. SIVB, inverted head and shoulders pattern. That one didn't quite work out. Let's get rid of that one. I had STNG. This, I forget what this one was. Yeah, this one was just a garbage trade. And then Trex and Twilio. Twilio's been a little choppy up here. It's been going up, but it's definitely had its moments. Tilroy, let's check it out. I wouldn't mind some of these for some of my option strategies, but this one doesn't feel like it's done going lower yet. It's hard to This chart is so strange. Let me go. This looks like a freaking crypto. Let me go full screen on this guy. So we broke that. The only major support down here, there's a minor consolidation right there. You got 34 and 22. Yeah, there's 34. Yeah, we're slowing down right here a little bit. Momentum has shifted. I'm sure if I threw RSI, I'd be probably pretty flat at this stage of the game. Yeah, it's just really volatile. It just and also indicative of the marijuana market, really a failure to come back after that massive euphoria of looks like third quarter of last year. It's crazy from $20 to $300 is just insane. Just insane. But usually I talk about this, the proportion of the rise usually leads to the proportion of the decline, or the base. This time it's a decline. I can't say exactly when this one's going to come back. We do have a little bit of interest around earnings here. That got me a little bit intrigued, but the price action since then hasn't really been that impressive. So we do have kind of a low area down here, but it's hard to say when it's going to go up, so I don't think options at this stage is going to be a good tool. There's a minor pivot point right there. Wish I could do shift and make it go to 0, but I can't. Yeah, again, I don't know if options right here would be a good strategy. I mean, we can go take a look. And go look at the stock shed real quick, and that didn't work out so well. Okay, so we do have 2021 options on the table. The question is, where is it going to go to? A natural point, I think, at this stage would be either down here to the 64 level or up here to the 77 level. If we just take it to 64, I mean, realistically, when would we expect it to get back there? Maybe by January next year, 2020. And it's not very good. You only got 120% for the 45 strike price. And without any reasonable expectation here of it going up, I don't think that's really something worth putting money into. So yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, we do have other ones that have been working better. CGC looks a lot better than Tilray. I think Cron still looks decent. Better than nothing. Tilray's been in an expansive decline. These other ones, not so much. CGC a little bit better. We've got, kind of this, not really a triangle, but there's some structure here. There's some accumulation occurring. And really wish I'd get rid of those damn boxes. Like this is nice accumulation on the way up here. Not a lot of volume in the consolidation. Another little swath of volume coming in here. And then again, lower volume on the consolidation. So CGC showing some pretty good technical action. Basically have a cup and handle right here is what you have. Now it's probably going to be pretty deep in terms of percentages. Yeah, 58%. But regardless of what the pattern is, I think this is nice. This is fine. This is nice. So all in all, I think not bad at all. Riding that 200-day moving average on the way up. So you can see it's held it pretty nicely. And you saw MJ up 2%. That one has Tilray in it, unfortunately. If Tilray gets going, MJ will be a good recipient of that. If Tilray gets going, some of these other ones will get going as well. But yeah, other than that, not a tremendous amount going on right now. I still think the cloud stocks are the major beneficiary of this trade war in terms of equities. VIP's actually getting a bounce here for some reason. And why do I see nothing? Oh, because I'm 641 bars to the right. Ridiculous. Oh, wow, GPN. Look at that. 5% into new highs. That's pretty good. Yes, market's still not nearly as bearish as we were last time we went into a correction. Fox trying to bounce off the 200-day. Skyworks. There's Fox again. I'm not touching Boeing yet. That thing still has some family issues to work out. A lot of therapy needed over there. All right, this is really starting to bother me. Anik, Excel. Amarin still is impressive with its ability to hold up. It's been declining here since, looks like March 1st or so. The first week of March at least. Been a nice steady decline. Pretty nice pattern right here. When this thing finally starts to go, I think that's going to be a pretty good opportunity. I've had a couple of scares with this attempting to get higher. Also, the 200-day moving average is coming up. Maybe that'll give us some reason to bounce. We have broken this trend line, which right there, can argue we've gone to form a different one. Can make a few arguments actually. Could argue that's a new trend line. Lots of things that could happen here. One thing we're missing though is I don't think we have any pocket pivots here either. No pocket pivots to speak of. So no early buying signals as of yet. A little bit of a spike low here. Bounced right back. Volume wasn't much of a story. I do find Amarin interesting though. Even getting back to the highs is a pretty good percentage. Talking 24%, back up there to 23, 25. Just depending on how you want to look at that outlook and figure out if and when that's going to get back up to highs. You see, even after earnings here, it didn't get very expressive. So this could take another earnings cycle, maybe before it gets good. But anyway, MDB. This one was breaking out of our nice little pattern here. Week or so ago. Looks like it's been choppy with the rest of the market for the previous week, and then Still a little bit choppy with earnings coming up, so not a whole lot to do there. Funko getting pretty tight over here, almost a symmetrical triangle pattern. Not too mad at that. Still looking for a follow-through day in the stock market after yesterday's action, printing a new low. You know, actually, let me look at that real quick. That should, if this is the same on the actual index that they're looking at, IBD looks at, then that means we've made a new low and we're starting our 4-day count over again. And I'm looking for a new low. Let me just search for it. Low. Nasdaq undercut its May 13 low, which means its attempted rally is dead and index has to start again. Okay, cool. So now we're back on looking for another follow-through day. So this attempted rally failed. We never had a follow-through day. We undercut here. Now we're going back to day count 0. This is day count 1. And on day 4 or after, we will be able to look for a follow-through day. So, Rob, you're back? It's unacceptable to leave during a power hour, Rob. You know this. You know the rules. Can't believe you. All right, let's go down the list here. Melly, this is a Mexican stock, actually. And, man, just doesn't... Maybe it's benefiting from tariffs from this whole war. Let's look into Melly for a second. Even though it's pretty well extended from almost any buy point. No 3 weeks type pattern. 97 composite rating, 99 relative strength rating. This is a high flyer. This is a leader right here. Provides online marketplace and electronic payment service in Latin America. 145% EPS change last quarter. Wow, good stuff out of Melly. Their pre-tax margin is negative 4.5. That's weird. And their debt to equity is 179%. They have that as a red dot. It's actually not Mexican Brazilian medical. It's Mexican payments. Mexican payments and marketplace. EPS is good for a run though. Yeah, see that's where I should have got in, Eli. That's my style right there, dude. That's my style. I don't know how I missed this trade. I was probably on earnings. That's why. Man, I gotta come up with a good earnings strategy. It's so tough to miss all these big pops and then miss all the rest of the move. Maybe buy a call and then shorts actual stock. I try to hedge. Yeah, it's so weird. Earnings are a pain in my ass. Yeah, right there. What was that percentage up on the open? Yeah, 9-10%. I guess you just have to go with it when it's up that much. I mean, we see some of these come up and falter, but if it's going, you just got to go with it, I guess. You know, let's do this. I'm really a little perplexed by this. No one has, or at least publishes, a good earning strategy. No one. So this is going all the way back to February 22nd. I'm not sure if I have enough time. Okay, I do. All right, let's go to February 22nd. Right there. There's February 22nd. Okay, so here's February 22nd on the 5-minute chart. We open, and then we basically go to the top of our daily range almost immediately. You got to get in that super, super quick. Well, we do have our gap rules. So if you remember, the gap rules state that you can enter off of a break above the gap day. So this day actually would be, or this day, or a break above back underneath the gap day. But we obviously never went down and tested that. And I mean, this did take a while to get going. I mean, you've had to hold this for a while. I can only imagine what the option prices were, though, at this time. I don't even know if I can imagine what the option prices were. That's why you got to get in ahead of time. That's the thing. But trying to do that effectively with options, I think, is very difficult. So look at that one earnings cycle. The next breakout was the gap up on the next earnings cycle. Just, yeah, it's so hard sometimes. Again, Funko with that symmetrical triangle type of a thing. That looks like some decent accumulation with some pocket pivots in Funko. I think we talked about that, although it never quite got going. Came up here, sold off a little bit. Still have basically price within trend. It's not as tight as I would like it, though. I like tight price action. Cue Eli's joke. Go. 95 composite rating. Designs, manufactures, and distributes licensed pop culture products. That's what Funko does. 433% EPS change last quarter, which is really good. Last 3 quarters average EPS growth 217%. Estimate revisions were lower, but it's kind of hard to keep up massive triple-digit growth. 3 years EPS growth rate 21%. So I'm not sure if they're doing something better or what's going on there. Sales 22% change last quarter, 30% 3-year sales growth rate, 29% ROE, which is good. 10% change in funds owning stock, 4 quarters of increasing fund ownership, 96 relative strength rating. So pretty good there for Funko. I'll take it. I'll take it, Eli. I'll take it. What else do we have here with Funko? So 510 was the last. It's actually 2 mentions of Funko on 510 from IBD. Dow futures make fears come back to lead stocks higher. Stock market claws back losses. Both on the 10th, which means Funko is not the key to the article, unfortunately. Funko probably had a good day or something. There we go. IBD Funko popped 6%, more than triple its normal trade, building the right side of a new base with a 2440 potential buy point. 6 of the past 7 sessions delivering upside earnings surprise May 2nd. And then I'm assuming very similar mentions in this article, which is also not about Funko. And there's Funko. Oh, there we go. Surge 7.8% on big volume. Just below is 2430 buy point. Added to the IBD 50 on May 3rd. So, yeah, maybe keep an eye on Funko. Unless it gets all its crap from China. I have no idea. I actually have been keeping an eye on this, just hasn't done anything. Yeah, I agree, Eli, but I'm always on the hunt. You got to be on the hunt, otherwise these things catch you by big surprise. They catch you by surprise, and then you're just pissed. And I've been on that end of these more times than I care to admit. Not a very fun existence. I prefer to not be in that situation. So I do like to keep an eye on things. And Funko's getting excessively tighter here. You can see the. So, actually, I'll put Funko on the actionable list so we can keep a closer eye on it. Well, Beyond's not surprising me much, to be honest with you. I like the rally that it had here after this. This is a potential IPO base, but I don't think it quite qualifies. Don't think it quite qualifies. On the weekly, you don't have any type of basing structure. It could go up, but there's no. IPOs are a gamble. Omicron bouncing off the 50-day, coming out of a trend line. Not a bad trade. Not a bad trade as long as it holds above that 200-day moving average, which is about $13 and 13% lower. So IBD was talking bearing about Funko, I think. I don't understand. Basing on a weekly is not about value stocks actually at all. IBD uses weekly charts primarily to actually spot price action more clearly. Yeah. Oh, you think they were referring to it in a bearish fashion? No, that was kind of their general neutral. This is what this stock did article where they don't point bullish or bearish bias. They're pretty neutral in their stuff generally, unless things are setting up really well. Yeah, 6% more than triple its normal trade. That's a bullish sentence. That is like standard IBD speak right there. It may as well be a script. Building the right side of a new base with a 2540 potential buy point. Maybe potential is a little bit bearish, but I mean, yeah, you'll be surprised what works sometimes. Even something as boring as Funko, but they could have something on their competition that we're just not really privy to without doing a lot of the research. I mean, 95 composite rating, 96 relative strength is excellent. Number one in its group. It's a leading stock. Funko, Hasbro, and Mattel. That's it. Wow. That's all that's in the toy industry group? That's crazy. EPS rating, Funko leads. Relative strength rating, Funko leads. SMR, Funko leads. Accumulation distribution, Funko is second behind Liquid Media Group, whatever the heck that is. Although I do find this funny. This is kind of funny. Check this out. So at the top here, it shows you all the different stocks that are in the same industry group. And here under composite, there's 3. EPS rating, there's 5. And all these, there's 5. So there's obviously more to this group in leisure, toys, games, hobby group because the group doesn't change. But under composite rating, these are the only 3 that show up. So I find that interesting. But these are good. These are pretty good numbers right there. I don't know what they're doing that is making them so bullish, to be honest with you. I don't know what properties they have. Let's just go to news. I just want to check out their news. News from IBD, Funko News, IBD Partners. Oh, I'm going to go to their website. Oh, they have some Pokemon stuff. Oh, they have some Marvel stuff. Okay. Let's check out some of their IP property. Oh, look at them getting with it. Look at that. Toy Story 4? Wow. Catalog, view all products. So they've got AdCon, DC Comics, Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh. So these guys make all the horrible toys that are Just really, really bad. Game of Thrones, Hanna-Barbera, Harry Potter, Marvel, Star Wars. Wow, what does Hasbro have now? Hasbro. Also have Star Wars. Also has Disney. Lower highs and higher lows on Disney's. I haven't looked at it in the past couple of days, but it's on a crazy ass bull run since the earnings report. Huge bull run since the earnings report. He's big for Disney. I mean, look at that. Just huge pop up. Um, Actually, yeah, it looks like they have come down a little bit right there. I mean, Disney, I think overall is bullish. They're pausing. I mean, they just broke like a 4-year basing structure here. This thing probably is going to go up. Maybe something similar to this. It's hard to say exactly, but they basically own everything now, from my understanding. Didn't they just like buy out all of Star Wars from all the different places that own Star Wars? They have Aladdin, which is stupid. I mean, they're doing so much. The brands they have is just ridiculous. It's hard. They don't really have a place where they list all of their assets. Oh, here we go. They have games, videos, parks. They do TV. I mean, they just do everything. Yeah, I can't even begin to know where to look up everything that they have. But I think Disney's in a good place. Did they buy Marvel? They could have. I mean, they bought everything. They're just like, yeah, let's just buy everything. Yeah, they did the Marvel. Yeah, that's right. They just did that. Yeah, that's how they bounced, was off of that Marvel. Yep. Avengers, Aladdin, Penguins, Captain Marvel, Toy Story, the old Lion King is coming up in terms of new things. I mean, yeah, I don't know. They got Pixar, or it says Disney Pixar. I'm not sure if Pixar is still private or not. I don't think they are. Didn't Steve Jobs sell them to Disney? Yeah, a subsidiary of the Walt Disney Company. They own everything. They own everything. Like who competes with Disney? Like, I think didn't they just buy Fox? Disney acquisitions. I'm sure the list is just tremendously long. Let's just go look up Disney acquisitions. Here we go. Okay, yeah, 20th Century Fox. They just bought 20th Century Fox. The only person they don't own is like Universal. BAM, whatever that is. Sphero, whatever that is. Maker Studios, Lucasfilm, Star Wars, Hulu. They bought Hulu in 2009. Okay. So 60% once Fox merger is complete. They'll own most of Hulu. They own Marvel. Saban Entertainment also joined Disney this time. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, whatever that is. There's Pixar in 2006 for $7 billion. That's where I think Jobs ended up with most of his money from. Avalanche, The Muppets. So most of the big ones today. I mean, that's huge. They bought it for $4 billion. They're going to make $4 billion on this last video. 20th Century Fox, $71 billion. I don't know how they're going to make that money back. But as a large company, you got to buy large companies. So I think they're stuck in this cycle of just spending too much. Like, see, Capital Cities, ABC, ESPN, $19 billion in 1995. I remember that. That was huge. Miramax in 93, huh? About Baby Einstein. Oh, sold to kids too. Yeah, Marvel 2009. How much money have they made since 2009? Well over $4 billion from Marvel. So I don't know how you can overcome $71.3 billion from 20th Century Fox. Is going to take you 15, 10, 15 years to make that money back. Yeah, but they own most. I mean, they don't own Pokemon. It looks like they don't own some of those brands, but they're on a different. They're playing on a different field now. They're probably one of the biggest names in entertainment. And this is gonna be People. Okay. If we go to we can go to IBD and we can go to Disney and probably check out their competition here. Meredith Company, Liberty, Graham Holdings, CBS Corp. There's Liberty again. There's Fox, which they now own. So CBS, whatever Meredith is, and Liberty Media, and Sony, which I think didn't they just do something with Sony too? My friend was telling me I think they bought the Star Wars, no, some Marvel assets from Sony, I believe is what it was. MDP, isn't this one of our stocks that we have? No, we have MDB. There's MDP, not doing a whole heck of a lot. What do they own? Let's go look at Meredith Corporation. Well, they own nothing. Are they just local media? I'm scrolling. This is all they have. Oh, so this is them. Parents, People, Living, Fortune. Oh, they have magazines. Other Meredith sites. Local media. Okay, fine. Let's see what you have for local. This is Arizona. Arizona. Not Arizona. How they put Arizona front and center. Look at that. And they do a lot of local media. 12 million households. National media. Brands. Here we go. So, Sports Illustrated. Okay. Parents, In Style. Entertainment Weekly. Family Circle. It's an oldie. Parents. Fortune. Money. Yep. Sports Illustrated. Time. Okay. So yeah, different ball game than Disney. They're not quite competitors other than, well, Disney doesn't do local media. So I don't think I would. Ooh, what is this? Wood. They do woodworking magazines? Oh, they just own, okay, they own Wood magazine. I got a couple issues of Wood. World's leading woodworking resource. 2,000 plus reviews at reviewatool.com. 600,000, 425,000 subscribers. Newsletter subscribers, 110,000. That's cool. What do you think about BLV? Oh no. Let's see what I think about BLV. Intriguing. Vanguard? Vanguard's BLV? That's weird. We just broke a structure right there from a multi-year decline. Oh wow. This thing's been choppy for years. I can't go broader than that. I guess I have to go to the monthly chart. Wow, definitely interesting chart pattern. Nice volume on the right side of this chart though. Look at that. Bam. And then is that on the red week? That's on the red week. And that's on the red week. So kind of interesting. I mean, maybe it's trying to break out and do something. It's hard to say exactly. This has been more of an investor stock. You just buy it and forget it. Um, I don't know. I don't mind this structure, but I don't. The prior price action doesn't lead me to, new highs above 101 right out of here. It's hard to say that. It's held this $100 price point going back here to July of 2012. So we've been in a 7-year long base. I don't know about a breakout past that, but 92 to 100's not that much. You're only talking 7.5%. I'm curious what the options say on this, because this could take all year to go 7.5%. That's crazy. Wow. Give you 216% though. There's like no volatility in this thing. Oh, it's a long-term bond ETF. No wonder it's all weird. It just said Vanguard. Somehow assumed it was the Vanguard stock. It's a bond ETF. Gotcha. Yeah, if you buy the 94 December call, it's 216%. This gets back to 100. I don't mind that as a trade. That wouldn't be too bad. You have to hold a while though. Roku up 3.3%, extending its gains. Wow. Good stuff there. What's Hexo doing? Actionable seems to have some more elevated green at the moment. INSG's attempting to get higher. Workday, same thing. AMRN, MDB, There's our buddy Funko. PCTY. Atlassian also trying to extend out. Ocu, Trade Desk, Netflix. Comnewer, SE on the breakout after earnings. ESNT. Draw trend lines on Disney. I'm not sure what trend lines you're talking about there, Rob. I mean, there's not a lot right here to be had in terms of trend lines. But I mean, it's hard to bet against Disney, which means they're probably going to have to bet with Disney, which probably means it's gonna go higher. In time. Wow. Disney has June 2021 options. That's crazy. Yeah, if Disney here can break out and get back up to that 142, there's a 140% trade on the table for July 5th, which isn't that bad if it'll do it. This one seems weird. July 19th. Oh, it's gonna do something. Yeah, the stock should sometimes pull some weird options contracts out. I don't know where they're coming from. So the 50, I don't have the 50 here. See, the 50 is not even on here. See, it has 3 here from July 19th. I wonder if it's pulling the last one. 57.10. Yes, he's pulling from here. And this only goes to 70. I don't know what this stuff means. Yeah, I know. It's interesting because StockShed has actually kind of opened my eyes up to a little bit of how crazy the options market is. So if you look at StockShed, in the same clip, we've got Disney with 1,100%, just going back to 142. Disney at 1,100, 1,800, 2,800, 5,300, and 12%. And the strike price thing changes as well. We go from, and it's interesting. So this is 719. And look at all these things for 719. You've got your standard option contract here. And then you've got these that are like third of options. These are like 33. These are like a third of an option. And I don't know what this, if you get 4466, I don't know how this works. I have to, maybe I'll call up TD Ameritrade or something and have them explain it to me, but I don't know if you get 4466, you pay 4466. And this has to do with the merger, obviously. It's just weird. And they have some options that are 10/100. I was looking at one the other day. I can't think of the stock off the top of my head, but I don't know if there's some money to be had with this or not. If you can get that 44. Anyway, Chegg. Why am I going out to 2039? I don't get this. I don't understand. There we go. Tesla, someone mentioned Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla. Looks like down again. Failure to pop again after yesterday is not good after that news we were discussing. The market Tesla never really came back, did anything. On the daily chart, it was almost a non-event. That may have just been some short covering with a non-event status of that type of a thing. All right, guys, I got nothing for you today. Nothing else really. I mean, there's a couple things where, Roku's obviously extending its gains. That's already pretty well extended, however, to do anything with it. I do like Funko. I don't know about necessarily immediately, but it's definitely trying to build something for us to act upon. Volume's very, very low right now. Very, very low. So we'll see what happens with that name. Market bouncing after yesterday's kind of wallop and undercutting the prior lows, and we're resetting our day count. Any more questions, guys? Otherwise, I'm going to bounce out of here. Got a busy summer day today with the family, so probably won't be around too much. So, all right, guys. Well, have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow, right? What day is tomorrow? I don't know what tomorrow is. Today's Friday, so I won't see you tomorrow. I'll see you Monday. All right, guys. Have a good one. Peace out. Bye.